Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ken Digest and I'm coming live from our home village in East Africa, Kenya. And I just want to invite you all to the channel. Today is on Friday and it's very cold, a little bit of clouds in the sky. And we are over here with my cousin, so we are making a jembe. And you only have to use a log. These are the logs that we used that were left, while we were cutting the trees for the roofing. So some of the branches were cut into logs. They can be used for maybe firewood, and also we had some offsets, I think, which we fenced because my grandma also has a kitchen garden. So we used some of the offsets from the trees to fence our kitchen garden. So we are making a jembe, and my cousin has been working on our garden for just clearing, ready to maybe plant. They want to plant kales, so it's over here making the jembe. So bayan man dag oh man what much. Yeah, so I know he's mainly making the jembe so that he can plow. He's already done, so they were just waiting for the rains, and I'm quite skeptical about this rain, because if it rains in January, it means the rains won't come early during the planting season, but I will see. Time will tell. Yeah, so it's a little bit raining, and it's making people to remove harvest from the farm. And also I think even for us, we were forced to remove some of the farms that are close to the homestead, because if you leave them, they'll start to rot, especially maize, because we've planted a lot of maize. So most people, this is their time to remove and start plowing the farms. Kalangadi.
Chiko ginene kata.
Fanya mogifu. Pero iwoche gima ne screen. Ngada screen.
Ngade ko desako.
Kama.
Ndiko gine.
So we are cutting it just to remove this top head. Come on. Kendo unit take. So this is how it looks, and the next step is, because you see we've tried peeling it with the panga or a machete, and it's a little bit rough if you look at the side of the pole. So usually you have to search for a piece of glass to make it really smooth. So you have to screen it so that it can be really smooth. So that's why my cousin is breaking some glass just to come and smoothen it, because if you don't, it might how do you say, get into your fingernails, and you know they're so painful if it gets. So you have to smoothen it. So among the most important things while making it's called a jembe. So the handle must be very strong, so you have to use a very strong tree or piece of log, and also you have to make the handle as small or thin as possible, but it shouldn't also break, so that's why you should use a very strong tree, because now if the handle is heavy, and also the metal is also heavy, I mean this metal over here, this one, so the handle should be light and very strong. So her farm is just also in the compound, just behind her house. So let me go and show you, because my cousins have been plowing it and also adding manure, because if we plant kales in it, although my grandma doesn't eat kales, he eats the traditional vegetables, those really traditional ones. Kales she doesn't, I mean. So if we plant kales, it means maybe if she has visitors, because it's only her whom she doesn't eat, the rest of the people eat. So maybe if they plant kales, it will be for some other people. And this tree is really growing nicely, yes. So let's go and see. So it's really quiet and very calm, cloudy. Maybe you might think it's gonna rain in the next maybe even 20 minutes, but I hope it doesn't rain. I hope it rains later in the evening. So this is her farm. Yeah. So if you see, they've really plowed. So I'm only seeing bananas in this farm. Yeah. So we are supposed to bring some doors for our house, for our dream house, and we gave two people two different tasks, because we gave one guy to do the doors, because we're planning to install both the front and the back door in the meantime, and also we gave someone else to do all the windows. So the guy that was doing the doors was to bring them today, but he told us the weather was bad, because he needed to paint them first for them to dry up, then bring them. But because of the weather, they didn't dry up so well. So I think tomorrow we are supposed to go and get them, and because they are done actually. So this is how I think our front door is much larger than the back door. So in the meantime, we've just placed our farm produce, our maize in here, because I told you this period is people are removing their produce from the farm because of the rain. So we decided to put them both in the living room and in the sitting room, and put some, how do I call this, some stop, yes, because we have cattle in the compound. We don't usually tie them, and even sheep, so we don't want them to eat, and also here to eat the maize, because if they do so, they'll die, all of them. As long as they eat maize, and they can survive only if they don't drink water. They might, because if they eat a lot of maize, they'll die. That's that's very guaranteed, but chances are if they don't drink water, they might survive. But you must also come in and also try to treat her. So for us to avoid all that, we just place these stoppers, and also at the back we placed some stoppers so that they don't come in here. Yeah, so I think it's really raining. If we decide to put them out here, it will be a game of cat and mouse, because the weather sometimes in the morning it can drizzle after maybe for like 30 to 1 hour, then stop, and shines also for the next maybe 2 to 3 hours, then it turns also like this. So this is not the best time to put them outside. Usually we place them around here, but because of it's also luck, very coincidental that we've also haven't started doing the putting on the doors and also the windows. So by that time we will have, maybe they will have at least dried, because also they have to dry before you store. Yeah, so also let us go at the back and have a look. I know our back door is not that big or large compared to the front door, and I think they're also taking a longer time with the windows, because the windows are so much, and also the outside grill, I saw them doing the measurements, so they're also, I think, making it. Yes, so they've also placed an iron sheet here. Yes, so they are secure, and I'm so happy because this doesn't give us a lot of hard time. Yeah, because we placed them like this yesterday, and we haven't really touched them, so that's giving us a very easy time with the drying. Yeah, so we'll now wait for the guy that is supposed to bring the doors, because they're done. I'm really waiting to see the doors, how the doors look like, but probably they're gonna bring this color. I'm pointing the colors because I'm usually colorblind, so they'll either bring this color or this one, because my dad plans to do the painting for the windows, and also only for the grills will be white, the outer grill at the back of the house, but the windows is planning to paint only white and maroon. So probably the doors will be also maroon, because white is too bright. White is a very bright color for a door. Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe if they bring a different color, they might still change it later while they've already done the plastering for the door. So I think also that time will tell, but I'm eager to see them, because that's a very huge step towards just completing the house. Because if you put the first the front and the back door, put on the windows, the house is already secure. So the doors, the inner doors for the rooms may be done later with time, because we still have much work even to do in the kitchen, put on the sink. So I think we can do that first, even before putting on the doors for the rooms, because we're also putting the cables. We started, actually we finished drilling the walls. We're supposed to go and buy the sockets probably on Sunday. Yeah, so I think for now they'll put on the windows and doors and do the electrical part of it, and also the plumbing, because if you're doing the plastering, you have to be done with all the pipes and cables on the walls and also on the floor, so that it can give you easy time. Yeah, so we'll see. Our security light over here is also working. If you look at it's really small up there, really small, but it's a 50 watts solar light, so it's working. I'm seeing some red color inside there. I don't know whether you guys are able to see, but that indicates that it's charging. And usually around 6:37 it the light stops lightning, and the solar goes on, because it's automatic. So every evening from 7 throughout the night it's usually on. Then around the day, during the day, obviously, yeah, it turns on. Yeah, so we did it so that it can light the gate at night, because this is our main gate. So if you put it there, it can really light this part of the compound so well, because with the trees, usually here at night it's usually very dark because there's a lot of trees. So putting light on this side was the perfect idea. Yeah, so let's wait and see how the doors will look, and how, if they'll be brought. Yeah, so we are at the farm. This is where we recently harvest our crops, mainly maize, groundnuts, and beans, because we usually plant them every season. And also with the sugar cane down over there. So last year we harvested sugar cane. So this year we harvested maize with the groundnuts and beans. So usually we always usually this is fodder to animals, these ones. Some people usually cut them and put them aside. Maybe if you don't have cattle to eat them, because they usually, if you leave them like this, it's usually hard to plough. So most people remove them, but if you have animals that you keep at home, this is usually fodder to them. You know, when you're keeping no livestock should be eating for milk, it's always preferred to give them dry fodder like this. See, this one is dry fodder, so you can cut it, and you can add some they usually salt for animals, so you can mix it in water and spray it all over after cutting it. Then you give it to animals. They usually eat it. Even without the salt, they can still eat it a lot. And you know, even for napier grass, if you have any animal that you are maybe milking, yeah, dry fodder is usually the best, because you should also make them to drink a lot of water. Yeah, so you usually get a lot of milk. Yeah, so for us, we just tie them around, because the guys that were expanding the roads removed the fence. So we are being forced to tie them, because if you leave them like this, they'll start wandering in the village and eat people's crops, especially the ones that are in the farm. Yes. So this tree, there's one person that named it not long ago, I think like 3 months or 2 months ago. And it's usually the best tree to grow in a farm. Any farm, any kind of farm, this is the best tree. Because you can practice agroforestry. It doesn't use a lot of water, so it doesn't dry up any vegetation around it. And the stem is kind of growing very big. Very big. And I'm seeing termites. I don't know whether this is the season of termites. There are really a lot. If you look at this one, they are climbing up this tree. Even in the compound, any structure that has food or that is built with food, they usually infest them and eat up the wood. if you're not careful, usually the whole structure falls down. So it's always better to maybe disinfect. Yeah, so I think we leave them to eat until evening around 5. Yeah, because also in the morning we usually tend to remove them out of the shade around 10 when the sun has already come out, because the last calf that we treated, she was having foot and mouth disease, and I think if you remove cattle mostly in the morning when the sun hasn't really come out yet, usually there's a lot of dew in the grass. So if you remove them, the hooves kind of get very cold and wet, and I think that interferes with them over time. So usually if you have cattle, you should remove them after, or take them out of the shade to go and eat after the sun has come out and the grass is almost dry. And also in the evening, the cold shouldn't meet them outside. They should be in the cow shed, especially when it's the rainy season. It really helps with the overall health of the cow or any cattle. Yeah. So we are going back home. We had already gave them water, so we were just returning them back to the field. Yeah, so their calves are usually at home for them. Maybe like a time like this where we have fodder in the field, we can bring them, but once in a while. Yeah, so I think let's go back home. So this guy wants to get out of the compound. We've been taking them out because we harvested, so the farm was having a lot of fodder. So we took them for like 2 days, and now all of them keeps on crying that they want to get out. And if they get out, they're usually destructive. They can, because we can't really tie all of them. So if you take them out, you must really look after them. So I'm heading out. We are going to see if our doors and 2 doors I mean are ready. So this is usually where we take our motorcycles, because the place is in the hometown in Rongo, just a few miles from here. Is it miles or so? The guys that were doing the roads, I think they are done. The roads looks really nice, and this is the final peg. If you look at this peg and this one, I think the distance between them, they'll put culverts. So that place is meant for culverts. So probably the road might reach up to this part. Yes. So the road really looks nice. Really looks nice. Yes. And it stretches all the way. No, we had to cut the trees that were here. If you look at this part, there are no trees, but on this other side there are trees. Yeah, so that's why I planted some whistling pine trees. Yeah, so that if they grow up, we'll be able to plant them from the places that we cut all the way to the other side. Yes. So I really like how the road looks like. Really smooth. Even the motorists, I think they also love it. Yes. So let's go and see how our doors look, and also update you on how they've been made, because I haven't really seen them even since they started. So it's also gonna be my first time. So let's go and see. Just shortcut. Wana penje yanayotka. Let's look at the designs that of which the doors were made. So I think this bigger one is the main door, because I'm seeing it has 3 spaces for mirrors. So I think this is the main door, while this one has 2 mirrors. This is the kitchen door. So I don't know the color, but this is how they look. The color is like just the same with this one. Yeah. So in some, maybe I don't know whether we'll start with the doors, or we'll wait with the until we have all the windows. But these are the doors. The front, we are doing just 2 doors in the meantime. Yes. So this is how it looks. The doors are really, this is just steel. So I don't know whether we'll spray again another paint. That's what I'll ask now my dad later. Or this is the final. I don't know how people do it, but the design is so nice. Even the color is really nice. So I'm seeing these other parts are going to the wall. Yes, I really like the design, putting mirrors on it, but putting them in a way that someone can't really move in. Yeah. So this is here are the doors. So they really look nice, really nice. Yeah, so they're the same color with these. Yeah. So usually we keep we've been keeping most of our building materials in the garage. Yeah. So I think with that, the only thing that maybe we are waiting for are the windows, because, and also we'll have to buy some extra cement, because I'm seeing cement is the only material that maybe we are lacking for now. So we should buy them. Yeah, I'm saying that, I was saying that I don't, if that was the final color, because I'd recently said my dad wanted the house to be maroon and white only, those two colors, because even the roofing, it may look like as if it's red, but they said it's maroon. So I don't know whether he'll change the color of the door later. Maybe time will tell. Yeah, so this is the main door. The main door is a little bit wide. Yes. So, and also I'm seeing our trees are growing. These are Christmas trees, and there was one over here. This one on this side, they don't really take care of them. They only put a guard. You can't really see it, but it's in there. I don't know or if cattle eat them, but I doubt. I think it's now time we should just allow them to grow. There's also this one, you see the list down there. I think it's time that we should allow them to grow, because I doubt if the cattle eat them. Yeah, and also the landscaping that my mom has been doing over here, it's remarkable. She's the one who's been planting the grass you're seeing, and also these ones that are in the compound to be. She's the one who's been planting them. She actually, I think the whole of last year, because you know when you're planting grass, it usually takes time. So when you plant the first batch, is from the first batch that you pick the second batch, like that. So you wait for the first batch to grow, then you remove the seedlings from there, so like that until you occupy the whole compound. So with that it really takes time and patience. I think planting grass is so hard. It requires you to be focused a lot with the grass and not any other thing, so that you can take care of it, trying to remove. Yeah, so it's very sunny today, calm, and I really like this kind of weather. I don't like the cloudy weather or very rainy weather. I think when the sky is clear like this, and let's say it isn't that hot like today, the best type of weather to chill. You can even walk barefooted. It's so cold, the grass is so cold, cool, I mean, not cold. Yeah, so when you feel heat, is it heat? Yeah, you just walk barefoot in the compound, then you'll be okay. Yeah, so for those that have watched, I think I'm gonna end my video for today now, because I've been waiting actually for, I think, since yesterday, for the guys to bring the doors and the windows, and they finally brought it, although the weather hadn't been on their side. That's why they delayed a little bit, but eventually we have them, and we're now only waiting for the windows. Don't know how they will look, so I think I'll also update you whenever they'll arrive, so that you guys can also get to see them. It's a little bit sunny. I'm trying to look for the sun, so I'll probably have to stand on this side. Yes, so I think I will meet in my next video, and I'll just say for you guys to take care of yourself, wherever you're watching this video from. I'm coming live from East Africa, Kenya, in a village known as Ngere village near Rongo Town. You know, Rongo Town is where we usually do most of the buying of maybe a lot of things at home, because it's the nearest town for most people in this area, and even because the road is being tarmacked, I know in the next few months Rongo Town will be so busy, and even the road itself. So I think that's just signs of maybe developments. If you see, maybe I can say for now that our village is developing, because I'm seeing the road being made, and yeah, we won't really have to, if you have your own personal car, it won't really get muddy every now and then, even if it rains, because the road is tarmacked. And even now maintaining motorbikes, because here in our village majorly a lot of people use motorbikes, so I think their motorbikes will remain clean. Maintenance cost I think will go low. Yeah, so for the next thing will be the windows, so stay tuned to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos, and also I'll be grateful for the support, because if you subscribe to the channel, you greatly supports me. So take care of yourself, and let's meet in my next video. Bye bye.